Here at Hoffman Ranch, we're family owned and operated. My folks, Denny and Dixie Hoffman, my wife, Casey, children, Haxton, Kennedy, and Hayden. We also have 3 full-time employees that work alongside with us here and help take care of a lot of the daily stuff. We run this spring we will calve about 400 spring calving cows, and next fall we'll calve about 350 fall calving cows. It seems like in very little time, since living here, we are now selling over 500 bulls a year. It's been a very rewarding move for us, and there's a lot of opportunity here in doing so. We sell Hereford, Angus, and Sim Angus bulls, and our annual bull sale is February, and our annual female sale is in September. The cattle business is what we do. It's all we wanted to do. It's what we were bred to do. So if you're going to do that, you kind of need to get where the cows are, and that's kind of one reason why we moved here. But it's important to us to be able to raise my kids here on a ranch with us, and just, I guess, somewhat of the freedom they have and the things you don't have to worry about, living in the country in a ranch style life. It can often be very stressful, being family owned and operated, and there's no guaranteed salary when you do what we do, so it's all performance based, and we really have to keep our nose to the grindstone, and the stress level gets very high in doing what we do, but I think the rewards are worth it in the end, and getting to call a place our own, and doing things that'll help in the future of the operation, the daily things we do, I think, that help long term.
Yeah, I guess it's probably every cowman's dream or every rancher's dream to have a son involved in the operation. We've struggled throughout time to get here, but we're pretty proud of what we've done. We've got another generation coming up in Jason's kids. He's got 3 really good kids, and hopefully one of those will want to take it over. But there's just something about a family operation that it makes it easier to fight all the struggles and all the battles. And I don't think there's probably ever a prouder moment than to have a father have his son come into the operation and know that maybe the things that you've worked for all your life are going to continue on, and that's important. Family operations are interesting. I've been in the purebred business about 60 years. I've worked for some people with a lot of money on some big operations, and in my younger years it seemed like that's the way it worked. It was all big money. We were all herdsmen or managers for somebody else, and for whatever reason that's evolved more into a family operations, and sometimes I find that a little hard to believe because of the capital outlay that it takes to make one of these things work, or just simply to get a toehold and get started. But now when you look around, particularly in the Hereford breed, you don't see much outside money. It's people somewhat like ourselves that are doing it and trying to make a living at it. And it's healthier for the breed because you've got people that are probably making better decisions that way. One thing that when it's all said and done, that's the one thing you are going to take with you, is that reputation. And it could be good or it can be bad, but in this business, if you're going to survive and you're going to be here for generations or even decades or even years, you got to do things right. You got to treat people right, and the seed stock business is about as good an example of that as I know of. It has to be, you have to treat your customers right. And our focus, we do show a few cattle, but our focus and our goal is to produce a product that the commercial cattleman needs to service his cows, and that's what we base all our breeding decisions on.
Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minick. Today we travel to Nebraska to visit a family-owned and operated cattle ranch that dates back more than 100 years in the seed stock business. Hoffman Ranches is based around proven genetics that can build quality cattle for the progressive commercial cowman. We'll get an insight into their program and why they continue to see success year after year. You're watching The American Rancher, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to The American Rancher. Hoffman Ranches is family owned and operated and has been for 3 generations of cattlemen. We've showcased their ranch before and we've heard the history on how the Hoffman family has been successful over the years. With that said, Dennis Hoffman began his career through the 4-H and FFA programs in Oregon. He spent many years working for established purebred ranches, breeding several national champions. These opportunities have created the knowledge necessary to build a fault-free, low-maintenance, and highly functional cow herd.
Well, I think one thing that's unique is our superior genetics. Not saying that we have all the superior genetics, but we've never been afraid to use outside bulls when we've needed to, and we use a lot of our own bulls as well. We have an extensive embryo program, and I don't know if everybody always totally understands the embryo deal. It's not major science, say. It's simply kind of a step up from an AI program. But at the same time, it allows you to maximize your best genetics. And it allows us to sell big groups of full brothers. And, you know, some ranches might want that. And I think it adds a lot of genetic strength to a commercial cow herd if they tie together similar genetics too. And our embryo program lets us do that. And it also lets us have large sire groups. And now we're running a lot more cow herd too than what we've had. We've taken on another big lease, a long-term lease that we have, and it'll run a substantial amount of spring cows. So we just really try and manipulate the best genetics we can out there. We don't skimp on anything. I think we take it very serious, and we keep all the little things in check, and it seems like it kind of takes care of the big things in the end. But we just really watch the structure on these cattle. I think we really keep our nose to the grindstone on foot quality and longevity in both the Hereford and Angus cattle. You know, every breed needs improvements, and I don't think we're too proud in either breed to ignore that. And we want to fix the major problems or the little things too that the different breeds have. We want to get taken care of here so they don't ever factor in later when our commercial producers have them in production. At one time, there was nothing but Hereford cattle in a majority of the U.S. And you know, you've kind of, a lot of your friends and other breeders and stuff in different breeds, you've kind of heard every joke there has been about Hereford cattle, but nobody can ever knock the black baldy cow. And that's why we have both Hereford and Angus. And the Hereford cattle that carried some of the problems that people still like to bring up from 30 years ago, those cattle got eliminated when times got tough. The breeds got strength, and the breeds needed for a crossbreeding sector too now, because it adds longevity, adds structural correctness, ruggedness, feed efficiency. It adds several traits that you're not going to get through any other straight bred type commercial cattle. And I think, you know, one thing too, we kind of laugh, we had to start the Angus breed too here because our Hereford cattle last too long. A lot of guys will buy Hereford bulls and you know, they'll get 6-7 seasons out of them, and you kind of lose them there. And the Angus deal really benefits that, because we don't necessarily preach to our guys that they need to be straight Hereford at all, but we do preach the power of the black baldy cow and the power of the black baldy feeder calf. So the two breeds complement each other extremely well.
The Hoffman Ranch, what they've done for the breed is there's 3 generations of Hereford breeders within the Hoffman family. I've watched them show several national reserve champion over the years at every major show in the country. You know, and with that being said, they don't have show cattle. You know, Jason, one of his biggest quotes that I have is, "We don't breed show cattle, we show our cattle." And the impact they've made on the breed has been huge, whether it be in the seed stock side or the commercial side. A lot of their genetics go out and improve other herds. You know, year after year, coming to 2 annual production sales a year, whether it be in the females or the bull sales, one of the most highly anticipated sales of the country is always the female sale as well as the bull sale. I get several questions about what sire groups are going to be highlighted there, what sire groups are working. With an extensive AI and an even more extensive embryo transfer program, some of the most elite genetics can be found here. Whether it be in horned, polled, or a mixture of both, the consistency is very relevant here and can be used in a multitude of breeders. I have witnessed the Hoffman Ranch program send bulls all over the United States as well as into Canada. You can go to the bull sale and you can see the seats get fuller and fuller with more people coming every year to get some of the best genetics in the country. These bulls go out, they work, you can buy in volume, and they have several repeat customers, as well as new ones coming every year because they understand that the customer service aspect is here, and they do stand behind these bulls.
I think Hoffman Ranch as a family definitely strives for some great customer service, and they take their customer service to the next level. Denny and Jason, the Hoffman family, and the whole crew really want to create an atmosphere that is best for you, the commercial bull buyer. And Jason's done a great job developing feedlot connections all across the state to help you do the best he can to market those feeder cattle. Does an incredible job with his platform and his marketing ability to help move any bred females carrying any Hoffman influence. So as a whole, I think their customer service definitely shines through, and they follow you and they want you to succeed after their sale, and they want to assist you and try and find the best success on your sale day with your Hoffman genetics.
A big percentage of our bull customers sort quality, and I think the sale results reflect that as well. They really sort them out as far as the dollar figure kind of follows the quality of the bull. And so eye appeal and structural soundness and doing-ability are huge factors in our program.
A couple things that have really contributed to us since we've been here is we're blessed with some good help. We've got a good crew, dedicated people. They respect our operation, they respect what they're here to do. And I don't think when you get to the size we are, like Jason said, we're going to calve 750 cows. We put a lot of embryos in outside cows. We'll register close to 1,000 calves next year. And that takes a lot of good help, and that takes an awfully good banker. And we are fortunate to be blessed with both.
A large focus of Hoffman Ranches is spent studying the maternal side of the herd bulls used to create hard-working cow families who are fault-free and low maintenance. They firmly believe these traits are essential in any breed to achieve high levels of excellence. When we return, we'll learn more about the Hoffman operation. Stay with us. Welcome back to the American Rancher. Hoffman Ranches continues to produce cattle that are proven to be successful in the pasture and in the show ring. They have an extensive embryo transfer program that offers groups of full, three-quarter, and half brothers. And every year they have their annual bull sale the third Friday in February. This year, it's February 16th.
Just this last year, we built a feedlot here by my house, and it's allowed us to do a lot of huge things. We've been able to feed our bulls since we've been here at very reputable places, but this allows us to kind of sort up our bulls a little bit better, make them a little bit uniform, put them in smaller groups. They're right here handy when people come look. You can get through a lot of bulls in a hurry here. And at weaning, we'll bring in our spring calves, and we develop them pretty slow, and we don't want them gaining much over 3 pounds a day. Our older bulls and coming 2-year-olds for our sale, they're all developed on grass. So they're ran a lot like commercial cattle to the point of the winter before the bull sale. And then we bring those bulls in, and as much as anything, we don't have the time to get out and go feed these bulls in the pasture and stuff in the winter. So we do bring them in a lot, but they're developed on grass until like the last 3 months before the bull sale. And we rely a lot on the compensatory gain these bulls will put on for our sale. but it's awfully important to us to keep the feet and legs under them, so we've really focused on not developing these bulls in a lot through the summer on the older bulls. We make sure they get a lot of exercise and they're out on pasture or huge traps, just to offer more longevity for our customers.
All our bulls will be fertility tested within 2 weeks of the sale, and if they do not pass, they do not go in the sale. We don't let anything be marginal. Our local vet does all of that here. You know, it's a good deal. And we, you know, as far as checking our cattle, I go a horseback. We check them with a four-wheeler Ranger. These bulls are subject to anything our customer does. Dogs, I use dogs to gather bulls out of the pen, so they're dog broke. They have a wide range of handling.
We do a lot of things as far as in the summer, kind of touching base with customers and seeing where they're going to sell their calves. And I think it doesn't just necessarily get down to the crunch time of the sale, because we prep for this thing all year. And you know, we try and do a better job all the time of communicating with our customers throughout the year. We've started a website, herefordinfluence.com, where we list all of our customers' cattle for free, no matter where they're selling them, on the video, at a sale barn, or in the country. However they want to sell them, we don't want to interfere with that, but we do want to get them more exposure. And we've got a Facebook just for that. We put them on Hoffman Ranch's Facebook, or we put them on Hereford Influence's Facebook, and we try and really drive that out and push our genetics through our commercial customers. And we really try and work at that throughout the year. And we've hired two great people in our program, Darvin and Tanya Nix, a married couple. Darvin takes care of the feedlot and the day-to-day stuff on that. Tanya takes care of a lot of the book work, or helps us process bulls. She can kind of do everything, but she's done a really good job this year. Anytime somebody's called me and said, hey, I've got these calves that we're going to sell next week, I'll have Tanya get a hold of them. She calls, she lists the cattle on our herefordinfluence.com. And it's not just limited to Herefords either. It's our Sim Angus progeny goes on there, our Angus progeny goes on there. I just named that a little too soon when we only had Herefords, but she does a really good job of putting all that up there. And if they'll just kind of communicate with us and let us know what's going on, we don't miss a beat there anymore. And it's sold a lot of cattle too. And with that, she sends out a huge email list to different buyers and feeders when our customers' calves are either selling in town or on the video or in the country.
We want to thank the Hoffman family for taking the time to share their story and give insight on how they continue to see success year after year. Please join them February 16th for their annual bull sale at noon Central. For more information or a buyer's number, call Superior Livestock at 800-422-2117. And to find out more on Hoffman Ranch, visit their website, hoffmanranch.com. That's all the time we have today. To find out more about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or connect with us on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Pam Minick. For the entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.